One of the areas that we've had a lot of experience is working with investors, business owners, presidents, CEOs who are really looking to grow through mergers and acquisitions. As we've experienced, the questions really are, what does my sales team really look like? Who should I keep? Who should I try to save? Who's going to be fit in the right role with this merger and acquisition so that we accelerate as fast as possible? The challenges typically are the model that most people create to look at who's the best is a limited model. And let me give you an example. A lot of people talk about benchmarking. And benchmarking is not a bad idea if you have a strong enough pool. The pool of people that most look in that benchmarking area is limited to their own team or their own experience with other small teams. Our experience is working with 750,000 salespeople and being able to look at that data and not only help you look at your teams and who's the best of your team, but not just who's the best, but what makes them the best. What are the qualities? What are the characteristics? What are the skill sets? What are the mindsets? What are the capabilities of those top performing salespeople? But not just as your group compares to those top performing salespeople as identified by productivity and sales and revenue, but more so by looking at helping you to identify your ideal salesperson. Looking at that ideal salesperson compared to 750,000 other salespeople that we've evaluated and worked with, and then taking a look at your top players compared to those. So many times people say, I want to rank my best players. How do I rank them? What do I use as the guidelines? What are the qualities and characteristics and what are the findings that will guarantee me that I'm going to put the right people in the right seats and have the greatest success the fastest? The Tim Tebow analogy comes to point. Tim Tebow was a great quarterback in college. Heisman Trophy winner, highest honor you can achieve. But Tim Tebow couldn't make it in the pros. Question is, are your best players Tim Tebows? And are you using the right information to measure your team against? Or is there a wealth of other information that you should consider when building that model of the ideal salesperson? So typically in mergers and acquisitions, we come in, we analyze the current team. As soon as that binder is signed, as soon as the acquisition takes place, we come in and look at the new team. And we're able to compare all of the skill sets, not only from your sales team, but people that support the sales team. We call them non-selling professionals. They have contact with customers but don't carry quotas. And they don't necessarily have to do sales, but they support the sales and they really have interaction so they have a chance to screw up the sale if they do something incorrectly. So we look at those people as well, and then going up the chain, we really want to identify, is your manager focused on the top 5 things a sales manager should be focused on, which is growing the team. Every day making them a little bit better. Coaching. Managers should be spending at least 50% of their time coaching the salespeople. Coaching is really misunderstood. A coaching call is not an update call. A coaching call is really driving deep into the sales process, driving deep into the outcome, and figuring out what lessons the salesperson should learn so they don't make the same mistakes the next time. From that point, we also look at motivation. In sales, you're facing negativity 70, 80% of the time. Imagine having your payroll department miss payroll 80% of the time and have the checks messed up for payroll 80% of the time. How many people would be happy? Nobody. So sales is a dysfunctional role where salespeople generally have to deal with failure more than any other profession. So motivation is really key. How are they motivated? Are they motivated extrinsically by rewards and money? Or are they like 78% of the people today that we evaluate, motivated by intrinsic value, which means they like doing a good job, they want to help out, they want a great working environment. With all due respect, I call it the trophy generation, because many times people got trophies without winning them. And so everyone wants to help, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing. But what we want to be able to do is identify how are they motivated, so then we can keep them motivated. The next thing that sales managers should be focused on is really helping the team grow. And that means accountability. So if we're not willing to hold people accountable, you're not going to see any kind of results. Accountability means there's got to be repercussions and there's got to be rewards. And they need to be spelled out up front before the event happens, so there's not a lot of emotion around that event when they don't succeed or hit the expectations that everyone agreed on. So we spend a lot of time with managers really helping them focus on those issues.